Welcome back to the empire of getting a few things done, but the list keeps getting longer. So I'm adding a lot of small projects as we go along. Here's one right here. I'm going to outline I think 3 for you today, make it all into one clip. This is a rear compartment that goes behind the seat, the major seat compartment. I've got it taken out now so I can work on all the goodies. But this is a nice little compartment because I can keep my insurance paper there. I can keep the paper that I'm keeping track of my trips. But you see, the problem is water gets in here. So I was thinking, okay, I need to waterproof this compartment. But then I took a look at it and I realized that there's no barrier for water coming in the side and in here. It just flows straight in here, which is not good because this is the main circuit breaker that controls the entire high voltage electrical system for the bike. So I thought, how can I waterproof this? Well, I need to make some kind of a waterproof barrier that goes along here, and then there's very small chance of water getting in. So what can I do to make a barrier? I know, I'll 3D print something. So off to the computer I go, and I make this, and it's meant to go right here. It's got a flat spot where I'll put automotive tape and tape it down right there, and then waterproof the corners, maybe with some silicone caulking or something. So this was the first try. I was off by, I think, 4 millimeters in the corners, and also the angle right here didn't match up with this on the bike. So I pretty much scrapped this and made a new version which looks like that, and it actually fits and is at the right angle. Oh, another downfall of this idea was that even if I wedged it into place, this part right here, this rounded part, and just to a smaller extent this rounded part, block the ability to get a straight piece across here. So I can either shave off these bumps or make the hole in here a little bigger. I think shaving off the bump is fine. There's a lot of meat for the bolt. So what I'll do is I'll take care of that. I'll put this in place, tape it down with some automotive sticky tape, shave that off, and then we're good. So let me get back to you in a couple of minutes. Okay, just to wrap this up, the 3D bracket is in place, taped down with sticky tape and a little bit of silicone sealer in the corners, and it's now watertight and will keep everything in the rear compartment dry. So, wrapped up a little project. Okay, mini project 2 involves this, which you can't see very well, but I'll show you. So the hand grips on the bike have 2 factors. They're quite large, which is good, fits in my hand nicely, but they are in extremely hard rubber. There's no give to them whatsoever. And after a while, it actually starts hurting your hand a little bit. You feel like you want something a little more cushiony. So I tried to order some cushion grips on Lazada because they come from within Thailand. I got these in 2 days. They just showed up today. But here's the thing. Never trust the dimensions of anything stated on the internet. It goes for hand cushion grips and a lot of other things. But, so here's the issue. There's the grip that's supposed to slip over. And there's this thing. She no go. So much for you. 297 baht down the dumper. That's about $6. Maybe I'll find a small child with a bike who wants them. But I really do want to find some kind of cushion grip for these because they're unpleasant to hold on a long drive, especially in the roads in Thailand tend to be a little bit like this, and you want some cushioning. So No worky. And today's final mini project takes us back to our favorite topic, the headlight system. So I thought I had a massive success with the headlights. Headlights go on, off, high beam, low beam, and even the brake light works properly through because I disconnected the brake control system into the controller. I overlooked one minor item. So let me turn the bike on. And if we go back here, you'll see we have no tail light. Now, this is probably okay in the daytime, but if I'm riding around at night, that's a bad thing because people can't see you when they come up behind you. The brake light does come on, which is good, but we really do want this on. Now, I thought about making a sophisticated update that turned the tail light on in conjunction with turning the front headlights on, but alert viewers will remember that I dickered with the circuit enough so that I broke the ground side of the connection. To make that work, I would have to run a wire all the way from the front of the bike underneath back to the light, tap into that circuit, and essentially duplicate the way I did that circuit up front. But what I'm thinking is I'm okay with having this light on all the time, primarily for safety, and I'm all about safety, so I'm okay with that. So what I'm going to do is just tie the headlight bulb to switched plus 12 volts, which I will be able to easily pick up inside here. That means anytime the switch is on, then the tail light is on, and then when the brake goes, the brakes will get brighter, as you would expect. So let's tear this apart and see what it's going to involve. Okay, we're back. As you can see, getting to the light bulbs, not just to check the wiring, but to replace either the brake bulb or that blinker bulb, involves disassembling most of the back of the bike, loosening up these screws, taking the rear handhole bracket completely off, taking this plastic shroud off. Moving this box out of the way is the thing that I've just been working on. That gets you to the bulb, which goes in here. Now, let's get down to what we're doing here. So, this bulb is driven by two wires. There's the ground, and then a blue and a yellow. I got to figure out if it's the blue or the yellow that is connected to the brake. Then that means I want to take the other wire and run it to switched plus 12 down in here somewhere so that it's on with the key. So let me get my voltmeter and I will figure that out. Okay, I've got the ground jammed in against the shell, and it's going to be one of those two pins, but since I don't have three hands, I'll just show you what happens here on the meter. So I'm touching to one of the connectors, one of the contact pins, and there we go, 12 volts on the brakes on, 0 brakes off. The other pin has nothing. So, closer. Now the thing is, in this connector, it's all molded. So I don't know which pin in here connects to which wire. So I've got to trace back and see which color wire coming into this connector is the one we're after. So let me get set up for that. Okay, alert viewers will remember from the front where the brake wire was in the wiring harness up there, it was green with a yellow stripe. And loho, coming into this connector, we have a green with a yellow stripe. Sorry if you can't see it, but trust me, it's there. So let me Jam the probe in there. Set up on here again. There. So it is the green and the yellow is the brake. So the other one, which is the brown wire coming into this connector, we want to hit the brown wire on switch plus 12. So let me go hunt down for a place to tap into that. Okay, as I investigated things, that brown wire comes through here and then it goes straight up to the front. And so I considered tapping the brown over to the plus 12 output of the original DC to DC converter, but it's ugly, it's nasty, so I'm just going to wait. What I'm going to do eventually is tie it into the system that I'm building here. You've seen this before when I was doing the testing and the JevQ had an RUD. I will tie it into this bus bar, which is plus 12 switched out of my voltage regulator. So once all this gets transplanted into there, then I will hook it up and everything will be happy. So project half done, postponed, conclusion later into here. So all in all, I got 1.5 jobs done out of 3 today, which is about par for the course. Oh, bonus project. So for those alert viewers who remember when this catch fell out of the bike and I couldn't get the seat open, well, the inside of that is right there. Sorry, the light is doing crazy things. It's these 2 tiny screws right here. So I figured once I had the whole back of this thing open, I took the screws out, put a big old glob of Loctite on it and screwed them back in. So now I don't have to worry about this lock falling out again. And while I'm here, I'm going to do some zip tie work for all of this crap. And just a hint for people designing products in the future. 1, design for manufacture, so they're easy to build, then therefore cheap and fast. Number 2, design for repair. If I have to take the entire back of the bike apart to change a light bulb, I'm not buying your thing next time. So think about what are the most commonly affected repair items in the product you're building, make them easy to repair. Listening to this, Apple, in any product that you make, you're just as bad as a Bangkok scooter manufacturer. Thank you. Rant over.